Greetings, royal family. I told you I'd be back. Braxton Family Values, episode 21 of season God only knows. Ooh, child, this was a little heavy. I got my Braxton blue sweater on, so you know I mean business. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so we know that Gabe was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and in a matter of 3 weeks, he was diagnosed and he passed of stage 4 cancer. Trina did talk about it. You know, she sat down with her mom and she discussed how the funeral was and, you know, just grieving. And her mother, of course, is very supportive. Uh, Her sisters did not go to the funeral service, but they were very supportive of her when they sat down and talked to her and provided her with comfort. Okay, so we definitely send well wishes to Trina and her sons, along with Gabe and his family. Um, Time is precious, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know the day nor the hour. So treat people right and live your life right. Pretty much, that's it. Um, so going back into the episode, Traci. Traci has a sit down with Tawanda to discuss the goings on of the previous episode, where behind the scenes at Tamar's show, Traci's manager was there and got into it with Tamar's best friend slash business partner slash uh, assistant this season. Anywho, so you can see that Traci is very upset. She's hurt, but I see she's fed up. She's totally fed up. I don't know if anyone is hyping her up behind the scenes, but she is fed up. Sometimes you may not get mad right away, and then you kind of have time to process everything that's going on, along with people getting in your head, maybe, who knows. And she is fed up. So she's telling Tawanda, Traci is telling Tawanda that the people that Tamar work with, and I'm assuming that she's referring to Tamar's best friend slash assistant slash business manager for this season. She's basically saying that Tamar works with people who are no good. You know, she insinuated that that gentleman, whatever his name is, pretty much started it. Now, Tamar tells a different story as usual, right? We're starting to see, you know, typical Tamar rear her ugly head. So Tamar is talking to Toni about what happened at the show in DC, and Tamar is basically blaming everything on Cliff. Now, if you saw the episode prior to this one, I don't know if you could blame it on editing, but we're just gonna go. We're gonna take it at face value what they showed us. We didn't see Cliff say anything first. It was Tamar's whatever he is this season that said something, and Tamar's people actually approached Cliff and told him that he had to leave, and the gentleman on Tamar's team said that he was going to get Cliff put out. So of course Tamar always has to tell a different story. So Toni is trying to find out what's going on, and you know, she's just basically saying that Traci made some threatening remarks. Interesting. Okay, we didn't see that. Not saying that it's impossible or it didn't happen, but we didn't see that. And she just, Tamar as usual just said she's just going to leave it alone. She has other things to worry about, you know, just basically avoiding taking responsibility as usual. She's getting herself ready because she is getting ready to leave to go on the show Big Brother. She needs someone to watch her kid. And she's talking to her mom and she's talking to Tawanda. So I'm sure they'll handle that. But, you know, Mama Evelyn had to check Tamar as usual, telling Tamar, you don't tell me how to take care of my grandson. You know, I got this. I have things to do. I have previous engagements. Go and do what you have to do. I got this. And she said, Tamar can't boss me around. So Miss Evelyn got Miss Tamar right on together. And I like that. I like to see that they're so close knit that, you know, if one needs assistance with with their children, they can. That's a good family dynamic despite the dysfunction. We all have dysfunction of some sort within our family, friendships, relationships, whatever. But it was good to see that. As you know, Tamar went on to win Big Brother. Now, this is what I wanted to kind of discuss. When the sisters sat down and they had lunch with Trina, and they were all, comforting her and talking to her and seeing how she is mentally, emotionally, so on and so forth. I love the fact that even though the sisters did not care for Gabe, with the exception of Tawanda, I don't think the other sisters really care for him, but they actually took the time to sit down and comfort Trina. They shared little memories of Gabe. They made her laugh. They made her smile, and that is what I want to see more of on the Braxton's family values. Honestly, I don't. It happens, I know, but I don't like seeing the separation and this sister is against this sister is against this sister. That moment was so beautiful. It seemed genuine. It didn't seem forced or rehearsed. And you can tell that Trina really appreciated the fact that her sisters sat down with her, took the time to comfort her, and shared memories of her and Gabe's, relationship, marriage, friendship. I thought that was just so genuine. Like, I loved it. Loved every minute of it. You did notice that Traci and Tamar were not speaking. Tamar has a tendency to be very immature, or Tamar is very immature, so she'll avoid the situation, and they didn't speak. However, it might not have been the place nor the time for them to kind of hash out their issues, but I did appreciate the fact that they didn't go at each other. They didn't speak to one another, but they kept it civil, so there was no arguments or anything like that. So Trina just basically wants to kind of focus on family right now. She is grieving, she is mourning. I love the fact that her boyfriend Vaughn is comforting her, allowing her to take the time to grieve, and he doesn't feel insecure, or his manhood is not challenged because Trina is grieving over her ex-husband slash best friend. I think there's something to be said about this Vaughn guy. I kind of like him. I also thought that it was very kind, mature, and very classy of him to contact Miss Evelyn to see how she was doing. I thought that was very, very, very mature, and I thought it was very sweet that Miss Evelyn stated to him that she was thinking about him too and asking how he was. So, a lot of love, a lot of love. I kind of want to stay on that kind of track for Braxton's because they had lots of drama. Toni talked about the fact that her and Birdman are no longer engaged. Do we really care? Honestly, when we first heard this story, family, like, did we believe it? Were we skeptical? I mean, the thought of Toni and Birdman together was cute, but do we believe it? Like, did we believe that? So for whatever reason, they're separated or not together or working things out or what have you. But this episode was really good. I did like the fact that the sisters came together for Trina. I like the fact that her mom, was very comforting. Trina's very open as far as articulating her emotions, which is good. She's not closing herself off and staying to herself. And the sisters seem to be very mature. So sometimes, unfortunately, death brings family together. It's unfortunate, but they're there for her in her time of need. Now, I did see the preview for the next episode, and whew, I think that Traci is gonna blow her top, and she's had enough. The mere fact that it's very irritating that Tamar refuses to accept responsibility for her behavior, and a lot of people are 50-50. Some agree with what it is that I'm saying, others feel that Tamar is always to blame, but I don't like a throw the rock, hide the hands type of person, especially an adult. Children, adolescents, okay, you kind of expect that, I guess, right? But adults, grown adults, 40 plus adults, mothers, adults, I'm not feeling that. And Tamar has a tendency to throw the rock and hide her hands. And Tamar, at the beginning of this season, I'm rooting for you. I wanna like you, but you really exhibit some toxic behavior. Like, none of us are perfect, but it's just like, it's not normal for you. You're not comfortable if you're not stirring up some drama and playing the victim. Well, it makes for good TV. I will say that, but I'm very interested in seeing what Traci was reaching across the table for. It looked like she was kind of pushing a cameraman out the way to and swing to get to someone. Everybody has their breaking point, and I would say from what we've seen on the Braxtons, Traci has been keeping her composure, even when the sisters were on Iyanla's show, or when they went to Iyanla for help. Traci kind of kept her composure. So everybody has a breaking point, and Tamar, I mean, it seems like the more attention you give her, whether it's positive or negative, she feeds off of that. So I we'll see. We'll have to see. It's early in the season, but we'll definitely have to see. Tell me what you think. Do you think that Tamar is right? Do you think that Traci is overreacting? Do you think that Tamar is a troublemaker? Share your thoughts. All opinions are welcome, respectfully. So we'll see what the next episode is giving. I don't. They made it seem like it wasn't coming on next week, so we shall see. Royal family, be sure to check out my other content on my channel. I love each and every one of you for showing your support with your thumbs up, with your comments, and with your views. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. We're family, baby. So you're stuck with me. Until next time, Royal family, peace.